And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, April 11th, and it's National Cheese Fondue Day. So we'll tell you a little bit of history. I know it is good. It's so cheese in the morning sounds good. Yeah. So anyway, we'll tell you a little bit about that after you tell us who's on.
All right. Today we have a kind of an exciting segment here, and we have Supervisor Lisa Bartlett, who you all know, but we also have a representative he's a civil engineer and a program manager. He is Niall Barrett, and they're both here to talk about the I-5 El Toro interchange, and we're going to give a report on that because coming up they're going to be having a public meeting. So we'll tell you all about that and how you can attend. And Easter is on its way, and the Equestrian Center is known for having their wonderful Easter event. So Kristen Olson's on here today, and she's going to tell us all about that. And Erica Ritchie will be stopping by with all the latest Globe headlines.
Thank you, Ken. All right, today for our meetings, we have quite a few. We have the United Landscape meeting, which will be at 9 o'clock in the boardroom. We have the Mutual 50 Agenda Workshop, which is in the Towers Key Club at 10. We have the third special open meeting because they're filling a vacancy, and that'll be in the boardroom at 1:30. And then we have the United Resident Advisory Committee meeting, which will be in the Sycamore Room at 4 o'clock. All right, so fondue is a dish of melted cheese, yum, served in a communal pot called a cacalon over a small portable stove, which is called a rashad. Bread, veggies, fruit, and sometimes meat are then dipped from long-stemmed forks into the cheese. Now, cheese fondue consists of a blend of cheeses, wine, and seasoning. The first reference to fondue, even though it was not called fondue at the time, appeared in 1699. It called for grated or cut up cheese to be melted with wine and the bread to be dipped in it. Now, the first known recipe with cheese and wine was published under the name cheese fondue in 1875 and touted as the national dish of Switzerland. It was promoted to Americans in 1964 at the New York World's Fair, in which we just showed you a picture of. The success of fondue may be contributed to the introduction of cornstarch to Switzerland in 1905, which made it easier to make a smooth and stable emulsion of the wine and cheese. Now, coming up, as you can see here, these are some pictures that I actually took when I was in Switzerland. And I got to tell you, it was super delicious, but super filling. So you got all these vegetables and bread, you just kept dipping and like, oh man, that cheese was still in the pot because there was so much of it, but it was delicious. How about you, Ken? Have you had cheese fondue?
Yeah, we have a fondue set at home. Admittedly, like a lot of people, we haven't brought it out in a long time. But I certainly have done that. And Lisa and I were talking about the restaurant, The Melting Pot, is just one of them. And I know they used to have several locations. I only know the one that is on, I think it's on Jamboree in Newport, but there used to be one around here, and that's fun to go to as well. You need a group, though, to really make it fun. But you don't need a special fondue set. You can do it on the stove in a heavy pot, and then bring that pot to the table, and of course, put it on a hot plate or something, and away you go. All right. Way you go with the weather. We've got some beautiful weather coming up. Maybe a little bit of clouds tomorrow. That's the day that certain areas of Southern California may get a little rain. Really not much at all. The rain that does come in with that is going to be inland a little bit more. In fact, they are expecting some rain up in Riverside County and even the mountains like Big Bear. Not snow, but some rain. But even there, it's not going to be much at all. Then as we go forward, pretty much we're going to stay as we are today. We're going to have some beautiful weather in the mid-70s or so. Could get a little bit warmer on Sunday right now. There could be some clouds coming in, but then if they dissipate really quickly, might bump that up a bit. But overall, just some gorgeous weather around Southern California today. Beautiful everywhere you go. And the beach is only maybe about 68 today. A bit cooler than what we had yesterday, but absolutely beautiful. And out in Palm Springs, man, what a time to be out there. When it's 83 degrees is their high, 57 at night. It's a gorgeous time to go out there. We were out there a couple weeks ago with similar weather, and it was just beautiful. All right, we are going to be back in just a moment.
It's Easter. Diane's Hallmark can help you with everything you need for the season, from cards and plush toys for the grandkids, as well as cards and accessories. Diane's Hallmark can help you make this Easter a special time for everyone. Remember, Diane's Hallmark has a large selection of Christian books and gifts as well. Come in today and see what's new. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center next to Hobby Lobby.
The Laguna Hills Lodge is very proud to have been awarded the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence for the last 5 years. Discover this family-friendly boutique hotel and enjoy our crystal clear pool and spa, beautiful gardens, and convenient location. Our designer upgraded rooms feature luxury comforts of much higher priced hotel chains and include free continental breakfast, parking, Wi-Fi, and more. We match the lowest price you can find online. Ask about our Laguna Woods special offer.
Hey, thanks for coming in on a weekend. It's not much, but I brought you a donut.
Oh, thanks. I already got one. Oh, it's AARP. Let me just...
Wait, are you joining AARP?
Actually, I just did.
Really? But you're not...
What, eligible? Yeah, I am. You are too, Mr. 50.
Well, yeah, technically, but I didn't think we were ready for AARP.
Then I guess you're not ready for all this.
Okay, I hear you. But is it worth it?
You tell me. I enrolled at 7:02, saved on concert tickets at 8:10, read a great article on investing at 9, found a sweet travel deal at 10:15. I used the caregiver finder for my dad, and done. Discounted movie tickets.
Hey, check out this great office stretch I found. I didn't know AARP offered all that. How much to join?
See for yourself.
That's all? For a year?
Which includes
The donut.
free with my morning coffee.
No way.
If you don't think instant benefits when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Join today for just $12 and get discounts from eye care to travel to entertainment. So many ways to save. Instant resources, tips, and tools to help manage your money, maximize your health, and so much more. AARP is mobile. Just the right offers find you at just the right time. And we hear you, so your voice will be heard. The world of AARP, yours today for just $12 for your first year, and that includes your spouse. And a subscription to AARP the magazine, plus this travel bag absolutely free. It's not too soon. Don't miss out. Join AARP today.
Call 1-800-748-6813.
And join AARP for just $12 for your first year. You'll also get this travel bag free when you join.
Call 1-800-748-6813.
Or visit tryaarp.org.
Welcome back. Well, with me today is somebody who's very familiar with you, of course, is Lisa Bartlett. She is the supervisor of the 5th District, which of course includes this area. And today we've brought along Niall Barrett. And Niall, you are a civil engineer and the project manager with OCTA. And why you're here today, because we're going to see you next week, is about the project, the I-5 El Toro Interchange project. And I'm going to talk to you about this first, Lisa.
Okay.
This is a project that I recall years ago, Daryl Johnson coming on from OCTA talking about, I don't even know how many years ago it was, and first hearing about that, and along with many of the other projects along South Orange County along the I-5, and a lot of that's been done, of course, down in San Clemente, and kind of moving our way up, right?
Yes. Well, in addition to the Orange County Board of Supervisors, I'm also a board member on the Orange County Transportation Authority and served as chairwoman last year. So the mission for the Orange County Transportation Authority is to keep Orange County moving, and that's exactly what we do. So some of the projects that have been completed to date, we have the $230 million project in South Orange County. We've extended the HOV lane from Camino Capistrano down to Pico in San Clemente, and then hopefully in the future we'll connect actually down to the San Diego County line at some point in the future. So we have a number of great projects that are completed and projects that are in progress.
Right. And Niall, great to have you here today.
Thanks.
And you know, when we talk about projects like this that go through existing areas, a lot of site infrastructure is there, a lot of buildings, homes are nearby. It's not like going out and building a new freeway somewhere out in, you know, Mojave Desert where you can just go. Not, of course, you'd need regulations for that, but my point is there's a lot more to deal with even when you're simply widening the I-5 or any freeway in Southern California. If that's all you're doing, there's a lot to go with. But this project on the one in San Clemente and all of these, it takes a lot of planning and a lot of public input, right?
That's right. There's a lot of phases to the project, and we make sure that we can, as best possible, stay within the existing right-of-way so as to lessen the impact to the local residents and businesses as well.
Right, and this area here, the El Toro area, is known for being kind of, let's put it this way, it's a little wonky, and it always has been. And you know, you've got the problem, you've got Rockfield, then you've got the little, the side street, I think it's called Schwartz, you've got Bridger, you go under a fairly tight underpass there, you have Carlotta, and you have all these existing small businesses and the garden center and what may or may not be a mall, we'll find out in the future, but all that has to come into play, right?
Right, it's something that we're very much aware of as to how to improve within the existing footprint and also to ensure that the project delivers what we need it to deliver to get the maximum benefit for the taxpayers' dollars.
Right, and Lisa, again, this is something that's been looked at for a number of years, right?
Yes, the El Toro interchange has been problematic because
I'm sorry, Siri
it's okay.
heard me talking and let me put that aside. It was actually answering the question. All right.
So the El Toro interchange has always been a little bit problematic because as we had new businesses moving into the area, and as you know, it bisects Laguna Hills, Lake Forest, and let's see, Laguna Woods, Lake Forest, and
well,
let's see, the three cities
Laguna
actually.
Hills, Laguna Woods, Lake Forest,
yes,
and really, in many ways, it kind of impacts Irvine and Mission Viejo because
right.
the widening part certainly does.
Yes,
yeah.
but because it impacts three cities and a lot of the businesses in the immediate area, and you've got the Five Lagunas Mall that will hopefully come into place shortly. The traffic flow through the area has really been impacted and degraded recently. And so you've got the triple left turn off the southbound lanes,
yes.
which is very, very dangerous, especially at night. And really to enhance public safety and keep people moving through the area in a good fashion, we really need to take a look at what can we do to make significant improvements at the interchange to keep people moving through the area and also enhance public safety.
Right, and Niall was talking to us at Logan. Logan is the community outreach person for OCTA. And one of the first thing I asked him, we're going to show alternatives here, 2 and 4, and I said, what happened to 1 and 3? And he goes, well, those we've kind of gone through and determined that these other 2 might be a bit better. But it shows the length of design and planning and input that is needed for projects like this.
Yeah, we are still in the environmental phase for this project, and so that will hopefully wrap up by the end of the year, and then the design and construction will happen down the road.
Right. So let's look at a couple of these plans, the alternatives 2 and 4. And this is one we have up now is alternative 4, and it's called a hook ramp. And we're looking at obviously the blue area, the light blue area are the areas that you're looking at in either changing or widening. And the first thing that I had mentioned to Logan a little bit earlier that stood out for me where there were 2 things. 1, Bridger Road, because there are a lot of businesses along there. And 2, when you see Carlotta there, kind of snaking through, kind of shifting over where you can see where JCPenney's is or was, but the mall area.
So this is the collector distributor road option alternative that we're looking at here. And it kind of mirrors what you see on the north side of El Toro to the south side. So it does realign Avenida de la Carlota, but it provides a lot more access to and from the freeway on both sides of El Toro Road.
Right, and of course, what I notice, first of all, a little bit longer on-ramp coming from the El Toro going northbound, which is certainly needed because I travel that every day, and there's a lot of traffic there. You have people like quickly trying to get over from one side of El Toro to the other to get on the freeway. Of course, it backs up because it's a very short on-ramp there.
Sure, this would provide a lot of storage as well on that ramp to get the cars away from El Toro.
And that's what you call it, storage?
Yes.
Okay. Then going southbound here, really providing the new on and off ramps, which again, if people are seeing it on the screen, it's sort of where the white rooftop is, which is the existing building where JCPenney was. But you can see those are would really alleviate a lot of the on and off traffic coming to Carlotta there.
Yeah, this alternative would give people a lot more options as to how to go east ultimately on El Toro. So you could take El Toro with free rights, or you could take it all the way down to Los Alisos and cross over the freeway there as well.
Right, and I had asked Logan earlier that you create these new on and off ramps with this plan, but you keep the other ones. I call them the Carlotta ones there because of that way that traffic flow is still there. They don't have to go across El Toro to get in and out.
Right, the more that you can spread the traffic out, the easier it becomes to get through that intersection.
All right, let's look at the other alternative, which is actually alternative B, or as it's been called, the flyover, and explain this one to us.
So what this alternative does is it takes traffic coming south on the I-5 and it allows that traffic to fly over the I-5 to connect onto Bridger Road. And so that eliminates a lot of the movement south of El Toro, and there's a direct connect then into El Toro to go east then on El Toro Road.
Right, and that's a very big problem now because people want to go east on El Toro. They're coming from the north. They get off, and first of all, if you're unfamiliar with the area, you're like, where am I going here? It's how do I get to El Toro? And then once I get there, it gets a little confusing. And I'm talking about people who don't know the area. Which way do I go? So this would certainly help out.
Yeah, this would be a direct connector, be a lot more straightforward.
Right. When looking at these different plans, Lisa, what do you as a supervisor look at? I know that everybody looks at things a little bit differently. Obviously, you're looking at the costs from Measure M or Measure M2 money. And also, how is it going to impact the neighbors, meaning right here, Laguna Woods, and of course, all the other homes around the area?
Right. Well, the two options that we've come to at this point are vastly different.
Yeah.
And that's why community input is really critical at this juncture. The people who travel in and about the area day in and day out, the residents of the three cities and people coming through the area, we want community input, and that's why on April the 18th from 4:30 to 7:30 at the Holiday Inn in Lake Forest, we're hosting a forum. And the forum is really critical because we want people in the area and the business community as well to come and provide input with regard to the different alternatives that are being suggested. The alternatives do impact some local businesses.
Right, yeah.
And for residents traveling in and about the area, we want input on the different options. You know, what do they feel are good features for the different alternatives so that we can finalize something down the road and actually put a project in place. And you know, we're so fortunate to be a self-help county. Measure M2 that was renewed in 2006 is providing a lot of the revenue for this project.
Now, Niall, once you have this public forum coming up, and I imagine other forums that may come down the road, does that influence you how you may even tweak these designs that we see here? There could be a fifth alternative or a sixth alternative.
Well, of course, we welcome everybody's comments, and all of the comments that we receive will be addressed and included in the final environmental document. So we use those comments to see to what extent the public can help us really, if there's any modification or anything that we haven't already looked at, in order to deliver the final alternative that gets submitted to the director of Caltrans.
Okay, and of course for the people living here, especially along the Gate 6 area along Carlotta, they're seeing that in both of these cases the freeway is going to be widened a little bit, and so that could impact how Carlotta is and sound walls and that sort of thing. And then on the other side of the freeway, one of the biggest impacts could be the businesses along Bridger Road, which of course includes different restaurants. There's a gas station there. There's of course the Green Thumb Nursery there, which a lot of these folks go over to those businesses over there. So there is going to be some impact one way or another.
Certainly,
Yeah.
there's always some disruption, both during construction and after construction as well. So
Right.
that's what we look at as part of the environmental phase.
Now, Lisa, at this point, what time frame do you see coming up as far as you go through this? Are there going to be other public meetings over the next several months or a year?
I have no doubt there will be more public meetings. The first one will be April 18th, the one that's coming up. But OCTA prides itself on really listening to the residents and the business community. So we're in the very early stages of this project, and now is the time for everyone to weigh in. You know, what they like, what they don't like about it, to see what tweaks we can make. You know, we want to work with all of the stakeholders in Caltrans to make sure we have the best possible project for the community at large.
And we're looking at maybe by the time this could be completed, we may be looking at 8-10 years from now, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It could take that long to
Right.
get all the funding in place. This is
Right.
not an inexpensive project.
Right, and of course construction of something like this, again, when you're in the middle of an area that has residences and businesses and things, it's a lot different than something that's open to rebuild something. It's got to be done in phases. As people saw down in San Clemente in South Orange County, it was done a little bit at a time. You've got to move temporary roads over here, and then once it's all the project is done, it's good to go.
Yes, it's always challenging when you have road construction when communities are already built out. So we do as much as we can. OCTA is really great about working with the stakeholders in Caltrans to make sure that there is the least amount of disruption. We give a lot of advance notice. We post signs everywhere so that the community is aware of what's going on when the road construction is in progress.
Right. Now, let me ask you that with Caltrans, of course, you're a partner with them with this. Is OCTA more of the design vehicle here and Caltrans is the building part of it, or kind of a partnership both ways?
Well, it is a partnership throughout the whole process. Caltrans are the implementing agency at the moment for the environmental phase. We'll see who takes the lead on the design phase, and typically during construction, Caltrans will administer the construction contract with the support, of course, of OCTA.
Okay. So, folks, if you want some input with this, it's going to be happening April 18th, which is next week. And you can get information if you go to octa.net/I5El That'll take you right to the link to all this information. But here we go. It's next Thursday at the Holiday Inn in Lake Forest. And I encourage you, these type of public forum meetings are very important to go to, because this is where you get your voices heard. You can see with both the supervisor here and with Niall here, they want your input here, because there's going to be several stages of this, and it helps them move forward in the right way that'll benefit everyone. Very good.
Yes.
Great to have you on.
Pleasure to be
And
here.
we'll see you next time, and I know we'll get updates as this project goes on, so we look forward to having you back as
Thank you.
well. We'll be right back.
What lies inside all of us is more than data. It's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. We ask for 1 million individuals to come forward and stand on this landmark in history. All of us are different, and it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Hi, I'm Tim Moy. I'm your Chief of Security for Laguna Woods Village. I'm with Ray Gross, who serves on the GRF board and is also the chairman of the traffic hearing, which convenes monthly. Hey, today we're talking about golf cart safety. We've got about 1,300 golf carts in the village, and you can see the one that's behind us now. But there's actually a difference between golf carts and golf cars, and there are two, and the Department of Motor Vehicles describes both very specifically. We'd like to cover a few safety tips when operating a golf cart, and this applies to both golf cart drivers and other residents because you're going to be sharing the road within the village.
Since it's unique in this village, you have to understand when and where you can drive a golf cart. And remember, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour, and that's inside the village, not on the main street. Weight of less than 1,300 pounds, no license is required. Any non-resident operating a golf cart must be at least 16 years old and accompanied by a resident. Cannot be driven on roadway outside the village except crossing intersections.
For a golf car, the maximum speed is 25 miles an hour. Its weight must be less than 3,000 pounds. A driver's license is required, and a golf cart is not allowed on the golf course. Now remember, both a golf cart and a golf car must be registered with Resident Services. Each golf cart must now display a golf cart decal, and that will go on the left front windshield. If you're using shared electricity, for United, you will have the yellow, and for Third, the green, and that will go on the right rear bumper. Since golf carts share the road with other larger vehicles, such as delivery trucks, larger platform vehicles, it's very important to become a defensive driver and be aware of a few basic safety tips to ensure your safety. Many guests and non-residents can get a little turned around in the village, I think you all know that, and may be looking at street signs, cul-de-sacs, and addresses, and are not necessarily looking at the roadway. So when I use the term defensive driver, I'm emphasizing the need to be alert of your surroundings and assume that those on the road don't necessarily see you. A defensive driver will show extra caution. They will pause before entering an intersection, make eye contact if possible, and take turns slow.
Since it's unique in this village, you have to understand when and where you can drive a golf cart. Just like driving in a vehicle, you must obey all posted signs, especially stop signs. Our traffic teams closely monitor the stop signs, and for good reason. We've got a load of vehicles, bicyclists, walkers, and of course golf carts are on the road. The maximum speed on private roadways is 25 miles per hour. Maximum speed in cul-de-sacs and driveways is 15 miles per hour.
Talking on a cell phone while operating a golf cart is prohibited. Do not drive on sidewalks. Do not cut through on grassy areas. Yield to pedestrians. Outside the village, stay on designated sidewalks authorizing golf cart use. Do not drive golf carts on roadways unless crossing in an intersection controlled by traffic signals and crosswalks.
Do not drive in a bike lane or a vehicle lane outside the community.
If your golf cart is equipped with seat belts, please use them. Seatbelts save lives.
Never drive intoxicated or under the influence of medication. Very dangerous. The rules of driving under the influence are the same in golf carts as motor vehicles.
Slow down and use extreme caution during turns, blind corners, parking lots, and intersections, or even exiting a cul-de-sac. Assume the other driver cannot see you. When cresting a hill or driving in the early morning hours or late afternoon, it is important to keep in mind that glare may create poor visibility for yourself or others on the road. Once again, it's more difficult to see a smaller vehicle.
Drivers and passengers should keep all limbs within the inside of the vehicle while vehicle is in motion, except when signaling a turn. And remember, you have to drive only as fast as conditions allow. If it's raining, for instance, it could be quite slippery. Be very, very careful. If there are other vehicles in your way, slow down. Reduce speed when driving down hills, making turns during inclement weather, wet roadways, or when visibility is limited.
The City of Laguna Woods has published a map of the areas where golf carts are allowed to drive on sidewalks outside the village. Now, this map is very helpful for residents who are new to the community or who have recently purchased a golf cart. But just as a reminder, golf carts are not allowed to drive anywhere on the roadways of El Toro, Moulton, Paseo de Valencia, or Santa Maria. If you look at this map, you'll see the thick blue lines are sidewalks designated for golf cart use. On El Toro Road between Gate 7 and the horse stables entrance. On El Toro Road east of Moulton by City Hall and to Mother's Market. On Santa Maria between Gate 7 up to Moulton and south to Gate 16. This map also provides arrows for where you can cross at marked intersections. Those are identified by purple arrows. For those living within United Mutual and use gates 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can drive your golf carts across Moulton to Via Campo Verde, drive up and around by the service center, down the roadway past the horse stables, and then use the sidewalk on El Toro to gain access to the Stater Brothers Shopping Center, or use an intersection to access Gate 7, or even the community center. Using the map as a guide provides you access to the entire community and nearby stores.
When parked, keep your charger at least 6 inches off the ground and never leave your extension cord unattended. If you have any other questions about golf cart safety, please give us a call at Security 580-1400. And remember, let's be safe out there.
Welcome to Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. We are known in the community for compassionate and professional nursing care. Once our guests enter the road to recovery, our expert rehab therapy team rolls into action. Our goal is your comfort and your health. Please feel free to call us at 949-587-9000 or stop by and enjoy a personalized tour of Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center.
Welcome back. As you can see by my little Easter basket here, we have a very special event that's coming up here at the Equestrian Center. And we have Kristen Olson here who's going to tell us all about that and some other fun things that are coming up. Well, thanks for being with us. It was nice to get you on.
I know. I'm really excited to be back again.
Well, thank you for coming in. So we've got Easter, an Easter celebration at the Equestrian Center that's coming up on Easter weekend. So tell me about that.
Yes, it's coming up pretty quickly. And so it's on Saturday, April 20th, and it begins at 9 o'clock. And we really encourage people to come right at 9 because there's a lot of things going on in 2 hours. We're packing it full of fun things.
Right.
We have a 5-in-1 inflatable. We have some crafts. We have a petting zoo this year. We have the pony rides as usual. I do want to say that they must be 3 years old and under 100 pounds.
Okay.
So those are the restrictions. We have a selfie photo opportunity with the Easter Bunny, and he's a cute Easter Bunny this year. Really
was he
super
scary
cute.
last year?
Well, just, you know, I think this year he's just doubly cute.
Okay, extra fluffy.
Extra fluffy, exactly. And we, of course, we encourage people to visit the horses. The boarders will be there, and we're encouraging the boarders to decorate their stalls and be on site so that people can learn about their horse.
Oh, that's
and
great.
you know, we love to talk about our horses, right? And then of course we have a surprise guest, so I'm not going to say anything more, but it is a surprise.
All right.
And then the egg hunts, of course. So the egg hunts are going to be in 3 different age groups, ages 0 to 3 at 9:30. Ages 4 to 6 at 9:45, and ages 7 to 10 at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So we really encourage people to come right at 9. They can do some of the activities, then do their egg hunts, and then go back to some of the activities because we're packing it in.
Okay, great.
We also want to let everybody know, for everyone's safety, please no dogs. That's really, really important, especially when people are walking around with the horses. Please just leave your dogs at home and just enjoy it with your family.
Okay.
We also will have light refreshments while supplies last.
All right.
All right. And of course, please note we won't have a riding program that day.
Oh, you won't have a riding program. Okay.
No. Yeah, that's going to be in lieu of the Easter event. Will be in lieu of the riding program. That day.
Okay, great. All right. And I know that we have a flyer, so I wanted just to be able to bring that up so we can at least talk about the date. That's on Saturday,
April 20th.
On the
9
20th.
to 11.
Okay, it's just 9 to 11.
Yes, that's
Okay.
why we only have 2 hours packing it in, and then we have the egg hunts at the specific times.
Okay.
Again, 0 to 3 at 9:30, 4 to 6 at 9:45, and 7 to 10 at 10 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. All right, excellent, excellent.
Yes.
Okay, great. What else do you have going on?
Yes, we have a few more activities going on. We have the Village Games at the Equestrian Center coming up just a week later. That's Saturday, April 27th, starting at 9 o'clock. Again, we won't have a riding program because the Village Games will be in lieu of that.
All right.
We want people to come and cheer on the village residents as they go for the gold. In Western equitation, keyhole with an L, barrel racing, pole bending, and an egg and spoon race.
Oh, wow.
So that's coming up as well.
Okay.
And then we also, we're just really busy there. Also in May, Saturday, May 11th, just before Mother's Day, we're having the Laguna Woods Village Horse Show. Okay. And that will start at 9 o'clock. Okay. We'll have a horse parade with our boarders and riders, and we'll have a drill team, some exhibitions, some food for sale, and a whole lot more.
Great.
So we also have a special recognition for the first 100 moms.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
So we really want to recognize all the hard work that moms do and celebrate a little bit early. I know that a lot of moms are going to have families coming in for that weekend. So this is going to be a wonderful opportunity to do something fun in the village at that time. I know there's going to be a mom's buffet, but this is another activity that they can do.
And it's great. It sounds like you really are getting a lot more things going over there. And,
yes.
you know, it's nice to be able to share what you have.
Absolutely. This is such a unique community, and having an equestrian center is just amazing. And so we're really starting to encourage non-riders with some of these events. I'm also going to have some upcoming classes for people who want to work with horses that's on their bucket list and they just haven't done it. We're going to be working with a class, Overcoming Your Fear of Horses.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We're going to have a Fit to Ride, because riding is really a sport. You use muscles that you don't use normally, right? You get off the saddle
like,
and you're walking like a bow-legged, right? So
that's true.
Yeah, so we really want to encourage people to come to the Fit to Ride, because they'll get fit, but they'll also have better balance, flexibility, strength, and coordination with the horse.
And when are you going to start the classes?
Well, the one class that we are starting in summer will be our Horsemanship 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And that's learning about horses, delving into their history, delving into the breeds, their psyche, and all these wonderful things that will help us be better riders and to communicate with the horses. That's going to be on Fridays 1 to 2 p.m.
All right.
And then if you want to learn any more about these classes that are coming up, you'd like to get on our interest list, I would love to get you on there. Please stop by the office, or you can call 949-597-4275 to be put on the interest list.
Perfect, perfect. Well, exciting. And I'm really glad that we were able to get you on to have you talk about the Easter celebration, because I know how much fun it was last year. In fact, we have the Globe coming on in a little bit to talk about the event that was last year, so they're going to help promote you for this next time. So thank you again. It was really nice to see you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here and to publicize our lovely horses and our events.
All right, well, we hope to get out there soon.
Yes.
All right, thank you again.
Look forward to it.
All right, so remember that you can always call 597-4275, or you can pick up the flyers that should be at the clubhouses, or they're at the community service building on the first floor for the Easter celebration on April 20th. All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am so pleased to welcome you to JTV. We're a 24/7 home shopping network focused exclusively on jewelry and gemstones. And because we believe every woman deserves to be lifted up, we love to help her sparkle, keep her informed, and make her smile. Our viewer is passionate about jewelry and gemstones, and we share her passion. Because of that, she keeps coming back, making us one of the top retailers in the United States. We sell extraordinary products at extraordinary prices. Welcome to JTV.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight. and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
As a professional licensed realtor, you have worked countless hours to ensure your reputation is the best. Your clients know they can trust your judgment, that you'll be around when they need you, and that you will deliver what you promise. In escrow, one company has set that same standard for excellence. Escrow Options Group offers more than just outstanding escrow services. White glove concierge services, wire and fraud protection, custom estimates, and more at no extra charge. Choose the company that mirrors your professionalism. Escrow Options Group. Experience a better option of escrow services.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy. Add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Q-time, deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
Welcome back. I have Erica Ritchie, who just can't wait to tell us what's going on with the Globe. So, hi. I know you're super excited to tell us everything that's going on. You always have lots of energy, so I'm excited. I'm going to just let you jump right in.
All right. So, one of the really neat things this week that we'll have in the Globe is some photos and a story about the Village Bazaar that was held on Saturday at Clubhouse 5. Several hundred people attended, and some of the highlights included, or some of the finds included jewelry, handbags, ceramics, glassware, and pottery. And it was really cool, and a lot of the stuff was made by villagers here that are involved in local art programs. So that was really a neat thing, so people can read all about it. They're actually planning another bazaar sometime this fall.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
And then we've got some fun news. Well, I don't know about fun, but interesting news from the United Mutual on their decisions, 2 of their decisions last week, one of which involved guarantors. And guarantors are basically a third party who would agree to pay for the purchase of a co-op in the event if the person was unable to pay for it or something happened to them. And the board decided that they no longer really want to consider having guarantors as an option for people who are buying a co-op because it's been difficult to track them down. A lot of them apparently live out of state, and that might be an issue. One of the board members, however, said that she thought she'd like to reintroduce the idea down the road, so maybe they'll do some fine-tuning or something like that on that. And then in another decision, the United Mutual also wants to crack down on people who are poaching electricity at their charging stations. So if you're a member and you've got a golf cart and you're going and tanking up on the power, you're going to be dinged, and they've decided that they're going to start they're doubling the fines. So instead of $50, it's now going to be $100, and fines will accelerate each time that you are found doing a violation. You'll get another $50 fine up to a maximum of $250.
Ooh, wow.
So don't be charging up if you don't have your permit. You need to make sure you've got your permit.
Okay.
And then I know Supervisor Bartlett was just here.
Right.
Talking about the 5 freeways. So we've got a story in the Globe about the interchange and what Caltrans is planning to do.
Okay.
And it's basically, there's a meeting that's being held on April 18th at 4:30 at the Holiday Inn. And villagers can come in and hear what Caltrans has to say. But basically, they're going to introduce 2 of the projects that they have in mind. That will be changing the on and off ramps at El Toro Road and the 5 freeway, hopefully to relieve congestion. And if those projects go through, it could impact businesses on Bridger Road. So that's something people can learn about. However, also the project is not going to be happening for 11 years. So it's planned for 2013. But it's still nice to know news on the horizon that there may be some.
Well, they're prepping everybody.
Right. There may be some solutions for that. We've got some fun Easter events that are being planned in the village. I know we just had a segment about that.
Yes.
And so one of them is the Equestrian Center. So everybody can bring their grandkids. There's going to be pony rides, egg hunting, and the Easter rabbit will be making an appearance. Will be interesting. I was thinking to myself when I read about that, I thought, oh, I wonder if the Easter rabbit will come riding in on a horse.
She said the bunny was extra fluffy. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he'll come riding on in.
Funny.
Wouldn't it? No, that would be the photo. That if that happened.
She probably is hearing this. Is going to do that.
That would be the photo for our next week's cover,
for sure.
if that came in. And then we're also, the garden club is on Wednesday, April 24th, is going to have a garden show, and villagers are invited to come and take advantage of that. There's going to be lunch and all kinds of opportunities to purchase plants and so forth.
Perfect.
So that is that. And then in other news, from some of my work that I've dealt with in the past week, I wrote a story about the Laguna Bluebelt Coalition, which is a group of environmentalists in Laguna Beach that are they hold an annual photo contest. This is the 8th annual photo contest, and basically the idea behind it's, as one of the co-founders, Ginger Wallace, says, it's not just about the pretty pictures, it's about creating this love of the environment. And so there are just amazing photos.
I know the ones that you sent over are amazing. The one that looks like so we're showing the pictures now. The one up on the right-hand side is really amazing.
Oh, I know. That's
that
the first. That is the first place winner for the professional category.
Cool.
So that actually happened when. So the photographer who lives in Japan now, he grew up in Laguna Beach, but lives in Japan. That's his wife, and he actually caught that wave just as she was lying in this. It's kind of this pool.
Is that through a drone?
No, he actually used a. Well, let me think. Yes, he used a still camera set up on one of the cliffs in Laguna.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I don't know how he got
it's
that.
amazing. And so she was and that's actually one of the old pools that exists in Laguna Beach that people built in like the 1930s and 40s, where the ocean water would just fill in, and she was in it, and she just happened to be knocked down by the wave.
Oh, that is such a great picture. And so, what are some of the messages that they're trying to?
Well, so the idea is preserving the environment, right? And so they wanted so Laguna Beach is the only marine protected area in Orange County, and so that basically means there's no fishing. You cannot take any animals out of the tide pool. Nothing can happen off of the coast of Laguna Beach.
Okay.
And because of that, this marine protected area it's a state designation that was put into effect about 8 years ago, and because of that, they've seen the environment rebound tremendously since it's happened. And so, like the Garibaldis and so forth, one of the photos shows that those they're seeing a lot more urchins, starfish, that type of thing, a lot more sea life in the area, which is also why a lot of whales have been showing up, because they've been feeding in the coves. They're in the area because there's a lot more food and plankton available for them now. So that's another reason that a lot of people that are doing whale watching, and particularly take the boats out of Dana Point and go along the Laguna Beach coves, you're almost guaranteed to see whales now.
Okay.
Last week there was one literally we could see from shore.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh, very cool. Cool.
Yeah, and so then some other updates, really interesting. We talked about the Marine. That was from Camp Pendleton, a Marine infantry officer who went on a backcountry ski trip in the High Sierras and was reported as missing in February. They still haven't found him. And I was actually up in off the 395 this week. I just came back yesterday, but stopped off at the Inyo County Sheriff's Department in Independence, which is where the trailhead where he had gone. And basically right now the search is very minimal. So they had 13 agencies looking for him, and there's been a lot of avalanches, and they don't know what has happened to him. They're looking for clues to see, but basically it'll probably be until the snowpack melts, and we don't know what they may find.
Wow. Okay.
On a more positive note, I will write a story. So this is breaking news literally right now. And so on a positive note, I'm writing a story about kitten season, and the shelters throughout Orange County, LA County, and Riverside County are inundated by little baby kittens, neonatals, and they are looking for fosters. So if there's anyone here in the village that wants to foster, they can get information at the Orange County Register tomorrow. I'll have all the information up about how to become a foster for neonatal kittens.
That is awesome. Well, I appreciate all the information that you have, and gosh, how fun would that be to foster a few kittens?
I know.
I like that. And thank you for the other information about the marine and the cool pictures.
Yeah,
So I appreciate your
awesome.
information.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
And remember, you can always find your copy of the Globe on the first floor of the Community Services Building on Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. So get your copy today. We'll be right back.
This isn't just a pastime. It's a passion. The thrill and camaraderie brought him joy. When his family wanted a special way to honor his memory, we knew the perfect way to say goodbye. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
And now's the time you've been waiting for. The undisputed champs, Tundra and Tacoma. And in this corner, the reigning rulers of the road. Oh, let's get ready for spring.
Not bad.
Ready for a great deal?
Let's do it!
So good.
What makes an amazing deal even better? How about that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile no-cost maintenance plan and roadside assistance.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on countertops and 50% off kitchen cabinets.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Save now at LA Carpet & More's 50% off sale.
Buy direct and save 50% on countertops and 50% off kitchen cabinets.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Welcome to South County Adult Day Services. Conveniently located right here in Laguna Woods, we provide a safe, secure environment where you or your loved one can spend the day. Come socialize with friends, engage in enriching activities, receive the expert care you need, and participate in fun hobbies. Improve your mental and physical health and maintain your independence. We even take care of transportation. For a free tour, call us at 949-855-9444 or visit us at our center between El Toro and Moulton Parkway right next to the Olive Garden.
Well, yes, welcome back. In our movie coming up on Friday, it's a very different kind of movie. If you like action, adventure, fantasy, that's what this is. It's called Mortal Engines, and it's from the filmmakers of Lord of the Rings. And in a post-apocalyptic world where cities ride on wheels and consume each other to survive, two people meet in London to try and stop a conspiracy and together go after a dangerous outlaw. Now, it's interesting, I was watching a bit of this the other day, and it's sort of like Mad Max meets Pirates, because it has sort of a pirate theme in some of these. They have some flying apparatuses in this, and it's a little bit of everything, a little Jules Verne mixed in with it. And I don't know, the other thing I wasn't sure on, if this was based on a video game.
I don't know.
Because the name seems very familiar to me. But I'm not a big video game player, so I don't know. But you can find that out. And It's on Friday at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. It runs 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Excellent. And then on Monday, a far different movie is from 1954, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. And during the 1850s, Millie, a pretty young cook, marries Adam, a grizzled woodsman, after a brief courtship. When the two return to Adam's farm, Millie is shocked to meet his 6 ill-mannered brothers, all of whom live in his cabin. She promptly begins teaching the brothers proper behavior and, most importantly, how to court a woman. But after the brothers kidnap 6 local girls during a town barn raising, a group of indigenous villagers tries to track them down. And that will be on Monday, April 15th at 2 and 6 p.m. And that one's about 1 hour and 42 minutes. And, of course, musical, drama, and comedy.
Yes.
Ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super fun, super fun. All right, just a couple of things we want to tell you about. since we already were talking about the whales, I wanted to tell you about the senior special that is going on. Seniors are only $19, and that's ages 55 and up. Any 2-hour whale watching cruise Monday through Friday. And as Erica mentioned, you guys can go tomorrow and you could probably catch a whale out of Dana Point. And this is through Dana Wharf Whale Watching. And so you can go online, danawharf.com, or call them at 496-5794. And then we do have free tickets still available to the Disney on Ice Worlds of Enchantment. So if you email us at Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com, we will give you a 4-pack, so it could be the 2 adults and maybe 2 grandchildren or whoever you want to bring. That's at the Long Beach Arena, and that's April 18th through the 28th. So there you go.
Yeah, that's
go
coming up.
Go
Wow.
email us quick. That's free
This
stuff.
weekend is the Grand Prix down there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we got
that's
a
right.
lot of events
That
going
too,
on. All right, our weather, we're going to have good weather for the Grand Prix coming up this weekend. We're going to just hover in the mid-70s or so for the next several days. A little more clouds are coming in tomorrow. And as I said, there could be a little rain, but not here. They're talking about really maybe a Riverside County in those areas. Even then, it's not going to be much, or if anything at all. As we go forward, you can see Saturday, Sunday, Monday are just going to be very pleasant out.
Nice.
Little clouds in the morning, but that's really going to be about it. And around Orange County today, beaches averaging about 68, but everywhere else in the mid-70s.
I like that picture.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, and tomorrow we have United Mutual. We have Dan Oweiler with Sterling Financial. We have the African American Heritage Club coming, as well as Christian Women's Connection. So it'll be a full Friday.
Yep.
Have a great day in the village. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.